Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me Renuka with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for greater cooperation among BIMSTEC nations and prioritizing regional security. Cabinet approves over 6,062 crore rupees World Bank assisted program on raising and accelerating MSME performance. Cabinet Committee on Security approves procurement of 15 light combat helicopters limited series from AJL for Indian Air Force. Lok Sabha passes Chartered Accountants, the Cost and Works Accountants and the Company Secretary's Amendment Bill 2021. Uttar Pradesh government orders special task force to probe the alleged leak of English paper of UP board examination in Balia district today. Government approves release of additional installment of 3% of DNS allowance to central government employees and DNS relief to pensioners from the 1st of January this year. India test fires 2 medium-range surface-to-air missile army weapon system off Odisha coast. And in IPL, Kolkata Knight Riders were 70 for 6 in 9.3 overs against Royal Challengers Bangalore at D.Y. Patil Stadium in Mumbai when reports last came in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called for greater cooperation among BIMSTEC nations and said it has become essential to give more priority to our regional security. Attending the 5th Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, BIMSTEC Summit virtually, the Prime Minister said recent developments in Europe have raised questions about the stability of the international order. He said it has become important to make BIMSTEC regional cooperation more active.
आज के चुनौतीपूर्ण वैश्विक परिप्रेक्ष्य में से हमारा क्षेत्र भी अछूता नहीं रहा है। हमारी अर्थव्यवस्थाएं, हमारे लोग अभी भी कोविड-19 पैंडेमिक के दुष्प्रभावों को झेल रहे हैं। पिछले कुछ सप्ताहों के यूरोप के डेवलपमेंट्स ने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय व्यवस्था के स्थायित्व पर प्रश्न चिन्ह खड़ा हो गया है। इस संदर्भ में बिम्स्टेक क्षेत्रीय सहयोग को और सक्रिय बनाना महत्वपूर्ण हो गया है।
Prime Minister Modi said with the region facing challenges of health and economic security, the need of the hour is unity and cooperation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today gave a clarion call of making Bay of Bengal the bridge of connectivity, prosperity and security and stressed that regional cooperation has become a greater priority in the present scenario. Mr. Modi said BIMSTEC Charter has been adopted to develop institution architecture for BIMSTEC Group. This is the 25th year of the establishment of BIMSTEC. He said the outcome of this landmark summit will write a golden chapter in the history of BIMSTEC. Prime Minister highlighted the importance of enhancing the capacity of the Secretariat for BIMSTEC to meet everyone's expectations. He suggested that a roadmap should be made to achieve this goal. He said India will provide financial assistance of $1 million to increase the operational budget of the Secretariat. The Prime Minister said it is necessary to make early progress on the proposal of BIMSTEC Free Trade Agreement to enhance trade. He said exchanges between entrepreneurs and startups of BIMSTEC countries should be increased. He further stated that international norms should be adopted in the field of trade facilitation.
हमारे आपसी व्यापार को बढ़ाने के लिए बिम्स्टेक एफटीए के प्रस्ताव पर शीघ्र प्रगति करना आवश्यक है। हमें अपने देश के उद्यमियों और स्टार्टअप के बीच आदान प्रदान भी बढ़ाना चाहिए। इसी के साथ हमें ट्रेड फैसिलिटेशन के क्षेत्र में इंटरनेशनल नॉर्म्स को अपनाने का भी प्रयत्न करना चाहिए।
Talking about considerable progress been achieved in the BIMSTEC connectivity agenda, the Prime Minister said the adoption of the Master Plan for Transport Connectivity by leaders lays out a guidance framework for connectivity-related activities in the region for the future betterment. Mr. Modi, along with other leaders, also witnessed the signing of 3 BIMSTEC agreements which represent progress been achieved in the ongoing cooperation activities. After the summit, in a tweet, Mr. Modi said he was happy to participate in the 5th BIMSTEC summit hosted by Sri Lanka. The Prime Minister said several important decisions were taken to further the BIMSTEC cooperation agenda. He commended the able leadership of Sri Lankan Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and extended his best wishes to the incoming Chair Prime Minister of Thailand, Prayut Chan-o-cha. Later, briefing media, Additional Secretary BIMSTEC in Ministry of External Affairs, Rudrendra Tandon, said the signing of the charter in Colombo has led to BIMSTEC being recognized as an international organization. The Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral, Technical and Economic Cooperation, BIMSTEC, is a regional organization. Established in 1997, it comprises 7 member states: India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Myanmar and Thailand, lying in the littoral and adjacent areas of the Bay of Bengal. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina of Bangladesh has called upon the BIMSTEC leaders to work towards finding common strategies to rebuild a sustainable and resilient Bay of Bengal region by tapping the full potential of the region. Addressing the 5th summit of the BIMSTEC virtually from Dhaka, Prime Minister Hasina placed a 3-point proposal at the summit, urging the leaders to make the process fully functional by activating all the 14 sectors of cooperation.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the micro, small and medium enterprises MSME sector is crucial for India's economic progress. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said the government is taking many steps to add new energy into the sector and support local enterprise. The Union Cabinet today approved $808 million for raising and accelerating MSME performance. He said today's cabinet decision is a big step in this direction. The Union Cabinet today approved an $808 million or over 6,062 crore rupees World Bank-assisted program on raising and accelerating MSME performance, RAMP. It is a new scheme and will commence in financial year 2022-23. Around $500 million will be a loan from the World Bank, and the remaining $308 million would be funded by the Government of India. RAMP is a World Bank-assisted central sector scheme supporting various COVID resilience and recovery interventions of the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. The program aims at improving access to market and credit, strengthening institutions and governance at the centre and state.
The Cabinet Committee on Security, CCS, has approved procurement of 15 Light Combat Helicopter Limited Series production at the cost of 3,887 crore rupees. The CCS today met under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. The Defence Ministry said Light Combat Helicopter Limited Series production is an indigenously designed, developed and manufactured state-of-the-art modern combat helicopter. This helicopter is equipped with the requisite agility, maneuverability, extended range, high altitude performance and around-the-clock all-weather combat capability to perform roles of combat search and rescue, destruction of enemy air defense and counter-insurgency operations. This will also support to ground forces and will be a potent platform to meet the operational requirements of the Indian Air Force and Indian Army. Lok Sabha today passed the Chartered Accountants, the Cost and Works Accountants and the Company Secretaries Amendment Bill 2021. Speaking on the bill, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today asserted that there is no proposal or intention to infringe upon the autonomy of these 3 institutions, ICAI, ICWA and ICSI.
There is no proposal or intention to impinge upon the autonomy of these 3 institutions. The 3 institutes at present are responsible for all the functions concerning the qualification, licensing and regulation of their conduct, and they will continue to perform those functions.
The Lok Sabha has passed the Delhi Municipal Corporation Amendment Bill 2022. The bill seeks to further amend the Delhi Municipal Corporation Act 1957 and proposes to unify the 3 existing municipal corporations of Delhi into one municipal corporation of Delhi. It envisages bringing about greater transparency, improved governance and more efficient delivery of civic service for the people of Delhi. At present, the 3 corporations in Delhi, North, South and East Delhi municipal corporations have a total of 272 seats. While North and South corporations have 104 wards, each, the East corporation has 64 wards. The bill was moved by the Union Home Minister Amit Shah in the House. Replying to the discussion on the bill, Union Home Minister Amit Shah countered the opposition allegations, saying that this bill has been brought by following all constitutional norms. He clarified that as Delhi is a union territory, the Parliament has the right to legislate on the matters related to National Capital Territory of Delhi. He said the new bill in no way encroaches upon the rights of Delhi government. Mr. Shah alleged that the Delhi government has not disbursed 33,000 crore rupees to the 3 municipal bodies. Earlier speaking on the bill, Mr. Shah said that Municipal Corporation of Delhi is responsible for the civic services of 95% of the entire area of the national capital, in which nearly 1.20 lakh employees work in the three corporations. Many important places like the Rashtrapati Bhavan, the Parliament, the Prime Minister's House, the Central Secretariat are located in Delhi, and therefore it is necessary that all the MCDs should take up the responsibility of civic services. He said earlier there was one municipal corporation in the city, but then it was trifurcated to form three corporations in 2011. Mr. Shah said that he tried to look for the reasons for the trifurcation but could not find anything concrete on it. Mr. Shah added that when there are no reasons for trifurcation, it can be assumed that it may have been done due to political reasons. He said after analysis, the central government came to the conclusion that the three corporations must be combined into one. He also alleged that the Delhi government is meting out stepmotherly treatment to three municipal corporations of Delhi, MCD, and that all the corporations were equipped with sufficient resources to discharge their responsibilities. The Home Minister asserted that from the resources, strategic and cooperative point of view, it would be appropriate to have only one municipal corporation taking care of civic services of Delhi. Mr. Shah pointed out that there are also amendments in this bill to ensure that the corporation is running with transparency and efficiency, and it also limits the number of councillors from 272 to the maximum of 250. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
क्या आप कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम की तैयारी कर रहे हैं? ऑल इंडिया रेडियो के नए प्रोग्राम अभ्यास में हमारे विशेषज्ञ आपके सवालों का देंगे जवाब। शनिवार रात 9:30 बजे FM गोल्ड पर। इस बार का विषय है हिस्ट्री। आप इससे जुड़े सवाल व्हाट्सएप करें 9289094044 पर, या सवाल ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं अभ्यास abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर। इतिहास विषय पर आपके प्रश्न हमें 30 मार्च तक मिल जाने चाहिए। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
FSSAI has launched Food Safety Connect app for food business operators and consumers. Download this app from Google Play Store and easily apply for FSSAI registration. Consumer can use this app to register food-related complaints.
Now here's the review of the proceedings in Parliament today. First from the Rajya Sabha, writer Sanjeev Chopra of the PTI. Rajya Sabha today passed the Constitution, Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Order Amendment Bill 2022 by a voice vote. The bill seeks to remove the Bhokta caste from the list of Scheduled Caste and include certain communities in the list of Scheduled Tribes for the state of Jharkhand. Replying to a debate on the bill, Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda said the government will bring much more such amendments relating to other states in the House. He said amendments have been made for states of Arunachal Pradesh and Karnataka, and it has been done now in the case of Uttar Pradesh, Tripura and Jharkhand. Research has been done on Odisha, and work has been completed in Chhattisgarh, and the observations made by the Law Ministry are being looked at, he said. Munda said the centre is concerned about the development of tribal people, and the aspirational district program is a step in that direction, as its main objective is to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. He said the bill also aims at helping people get more benefits from the provisions of reservation in education and government jobs. The bill amends the Constitution Scheduled Caste Order 1950 and the Constitution Scheduled Tribes Order 1950. The bill amends the schedule to the Scheduled Tribes Order to include the Deshwari, Ghanju, Daulatabandi, Dawalbandi, Patbandi, Rawat, Majhiya, Khairi, Tamaria and Puran communities in the Scheduled Tribes list of Jharkhand. Further, the schedule to the Scheduled Caste Order has been amended to omit the Bhokta community from the list of Scheduled Caste. The community has instead been included in the list of Scheduled Tribes in the state. Earlier participating in the discussion, Abhir Ranjan Biswas of the TMC supported the bill, saying the communities will get more benefits. Mamta Mohanta of the BJD supported the bill and said the demand of the Kurmi community living in large numbers in West Bengal, Jharkhand and Odisha for inclusion in the ST list has not been considered. V. Sibadasan of the CPIM, M. Thambuthi Rai of the AIA-DMK, Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party, Chaya Verma of the Congress, and Samir Oraon of the BJP participated in the discussion. Earlier during 0 hour, Dipender Singh Hooda of the Congress sought a uniform financial assistance policy across states for displaced Kashmiri Pandits. Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party said the Union government's announcement to implement central service rules in Chandigarh is an infringement of the rights of the Punjab government. Noting that there is a censor board for films but not for web channels, Prasanna Acharya of the BJD demanded a law to bring in censorship for OTT platforms and web channels to cull out obscene scenes and content spreading religious hatred. Vijay Pal Singh Tomar of the BJP, Neeraj Dangi of the Congress, M. Shanmugam of the DMK, Narendra Jadhav nominated, Jharna Das Vaidya of the CPIM, Shantanu Sen of the TMC, Prakash Javadekar of the BJP, Digvijay Singh of the Congress and several members participated in the discussion on the working of the Ministry of Labour and Employment. Labour Minister Bhupender Yadav intervened and said the member should correct his view on tripartite consultations were done on labour codes. M. Shanmugam of the DMK said Labour wants three things only: job security, wages and social security. He said instead of hiking the minimum pension of 1,000 rupees provided by EPFO, they are reducing the rate of interest on employees' provident fund. Other members who participated in the debate were Dola Sen, TMC, Sukram Singh Yadav of SP, Munisami Thambudurai of the AIA-DMK, Elamaram Karim of the CPIM, and Ala Ayodhya Rami Reddy of YSRCP.
And now a review of proceedings in the Lok Sabha. Writer is Achint Bora of PTI. Today, the Lok Sabha has approved a bill to revamp the functioning of the three accountancy institutes, with Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman asserting that the changes will not impact the autonomy of these bodies. The Chartered Accountants, Cost and Work Accountants and Company Secretaries Amendment Bill seeks to appoint non-chartered accountant CA, non-cost accountant and non-company secretary as the presiding officer of the disciplinary committees of the three institutes. The accountancy institutes are Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI, Institute of Cost Accountants of India, formerly known as ICWAI, and Institute of Company Secretaries of India, ICSI. Piloting the bill, Sitharaman said the amendments will not infringe upon the autonomy of the three institutes. Instead, it will enhance the quality of audit and improve the country's investment climate. The amendments, she said, will make the institutes more responsible and accountable and encourage them to adopt global best practices. All stakeholders should have greater confidence of audit statements, she added. The bill, which amends the Chartered Accountants Act 1949, the Cost and Work Accountants Act 1959, and the Company Secretaries Act 1980, was later passed by the House after rejecting the opposition amendments. Responding to criticism that amendments would dilute the autonomy of the accountancy institutes, the minister said there is no proposal or intention to impinge upon the autonomy of the three institutes. They will continue to perform their functions. Participating in the debate, Saugata Roy of TMC asked the Finance Minister what specific steps her ministry had taken to prevent corruption by chartered accountants. Supriya Sule of the NCP and N.K. Premchandran of RSP also raised the issue of autonomy of these institutions as well. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary of the Congress leader today alleged in the Lok Sabha that the government has not done justice with retired armed force personnel, as it opposed a plea by the Ex-Servicemen Association on the one rank, one pension OROP in the Supreme Court. M. Kadir Anand of DMK demanded that the central government should extend GST compensation to states by a couple of years. Saugata Roy of TMC accused the unit government of using central agencies against the non-BJP state governments, leading to heated exchanges between the TMC members and Treasury benches in the House. Roy said he has also given an adjournment motion on the issue of the central government using its two agencies, CBI and ED, against non-BJP ruled states. That's all in Parliament Review.
The Union Home and Corporate Minister Amit Shah is visiting Karnataka and will take part in several events on the 1st of April. The State Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai informed media persons in Bangalore today that Mr. Shah will participate in the 115th birth anniversary of Dr. Shiva Kumara Swami of the Siddhaganga Mutt, a prominent Lingayat religious institution in Tumkuru. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar held a meeting with Foreign Minister of Mexico, Marcelo Ebrard Casaubon in New Delhi this evening. Foreign Minister of Mexico had arrived in New Delhi last night. This is the first visit of Mr. Marcelo Ebrard Casaubon to India in his capacity as Foreign Minister. He will also visit Mumbai. Currently, Mexico is India's second largest trade partner in Latin America and is a member of UNSC alongside India for a period 2021-22.
National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met Jens Stoltenberg, Security and Foreign Policy Advisor to the German Chancellor in New Delhi today. Sources said the two sides discussed a wide range of bilateral issues as well as major global developments. The visit of the German Security and Foreign Policy Advisor comes at a time when several other high-level foreign dignitaries are visiting India for consultations on ongoing bilateral, regional and multilateral issues. The Information and Broadcasting Ministry has transferred the mandate of production of documentaries and short films, organization of film festivals and preservation of films to the National Film Development Corporation, NFDC, a public sector undertaking working under the ministry. The ministry said the bringing of all these activities under a single management will reduce the overlap of various activities and ensure better utilization of public resources.
The Uttar Pradesh government has ordered Special Task Force STF to probe the alleged leak of English paper of UP board examination in Balia district today. The government has suspended the Jila Vidyalaya Nirikshak of Balia district. The government has also decided to impose National Security Act on those who will be found guilty in this case. New date for the examination has also been announced. More from a correspondent.
UP Board's examination of English paper was cancelled today in 24 districts after threat of the leak of a certain paper code. The examination was scheduled in second shift today afternoon. However, the examination continued as per schedule in rest of the districts of the state with a different paper code. The examination of English paper of intermediate class in the listed 24 districts will now be held on 30th April. The examination will be conducted in the first shift in the morning, that is from 8 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
India today carried out two successful test firings of the medium-range surface-to-air missile Army weapon system from the integrated test range at Chandipur off the Odisha coast. The Defence Ministry said the weapon system has once again proved its effectiveness as two missiles during the flight test have achieved direct hits against high-speed aerial targets at the test range. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh has complimented Defence Research and Development Organisation, Indian Army and the industry for successful launches of the Army weapon system. He said successful launches have once again proved the reliability of the system.
The Ayush Ministry has invited nominations for Prime Minister's Yoga Awards 2022. The winners will be announced on the International Day of Yoga, that is on the 21st of June this year. The application process of awards is being hosted on the MyGov platform. The applications for nominations can be submitted only through online mode and no hard copy is to be sent. It consists of two national categories for entities of Indian origin and two international categories for entities of foreign origin. The government has said that the Central Vista project is poised to strengthen governance infrastructure by building new facilities for the Parliament and an efficient and sustainable Central Secretariat to house all the central ministries. The new Parliament House will be equipped with the state-of-the-art technology solutions to deliver altogether new experience to all its members and stakeholders. A presentation was made today for a group of Member of Parliament from both the houses for discussion and consultation of the broad framework of Digital Sansad.
Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has invited the business community from the United Arab Emirates to capitalize the opportunities that the emerging India is offering to global businesses. Mr. Goyal was speaking at India's Honour Day celebrations at Expo 2020 in Dubai. He said New Delhi provides talent and investor-friendly policies, and in most of the sectors, foreign direct investment is open 100%. The projection mapping show Matrubhumi, highlighting the facets of India, will now be exhibited at the historic Red Fort throughout the year. The Culture Ministry said the show offers a grand spectacle using light, sound and music with state-of-the-art technology. It highlights the rich and diverse culture of India through its long, amazing and checkered history and stirs numerous emotions of patriotism to instill pride among the citizens. The ministry said a 10-day Red Fort Festival Bharat Bhagya Vidhata is going on, and mapping show Matrubhumi is receiving an overwhelming response at the cultural extravaganza. It said the projection mapping show will continue throughout the year, even after the 10-day festival is over on the 3rd of April. This is All India Radio giving you the news.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
The Ministry of External Affairs today said that Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is reaching New Delhi tomorrow on a 2-day visit. Russian forces pounded areas around Ukraine's capital and another city overnight, regional leaders said on Wednesday, just hours after Moscow pledged to scale back military operations in those places. The shelling further tempered optimism about any progress in talks aimed at ending the war. Russia did not spell out what exactly it planned to do differently, and while the promise initially raised hopes that a path toward peace was coming into view, Ukraine's president and others cautioned that the remarks could merely be a bluster, and the Kremlin spokesman said he saw no breakthrough in the talks. Ukrainian officials said Russian shellings hit homes, shops, libraries and other civilian infrastructure in the northern city of Chernihiv and on the outskirts of the capital, Kyiv.
Over 183 crore 82 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. India's active caseload currently stands at 14,704. The recovery rate is currently at 98.75%. In Rajasthan, operations continue throughout the day to douse the fire spreading over a large area of Sariska Tiger Reserve in Alwar district. Two Mi-17 V5 helicopters of the Indian Air Force have been engaged in this firefighting operation since yesterday. Acting District Collector of Alwar District, Sunita Pankaj, told that the Air Force's help has yielded positive results and the fire in more than 80% of the area has been brought under control. However, the operation is still going on.
In the IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders were 101 for 9 in 15 overs against Royal Challengers Bangalore at D.Y. Patil Stadium in Mumbai when reports last came in. Earlier, Bangalore won the toss and opted to bowl. Last night, Rajasthan Royals defeated Sunrisers Hyderabad by 61 runs in Pune. Chennai Super Kings will take on Lucknow Super Giants at Brabant Stadium in Mumbai tomorrow.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will have a heat wave. The temperature will vary between 20 to 40 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky. Chennai is likely to have partly cloudy sky. Kolkata will have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature will be 27 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 35 degrees. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Jammu, Muzaffarabad and Leh will have mainly clear sky. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky. Visakhapatnam will have partly cloudy sky with haze. And now, before I end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls for greater cooperation among BIMSTEC nations and prioritizing regional security. Cabinet approves over 6,062 crore rupees World Bank assisted program on raising and accelerating MSME performance. Cabinet Committee on Security approves procurement of 15 Light Combat Helicopters Limited Series from HAL for Indian Air Force. Lok Sabha passes Chartered Accountants, the Cost and Works Accountants and Company Secretaries Amendment Bill 2021. Uttar Pradesh government orders special task force to probe the alleged leak of English paper of UP board examination in Balia district today. Government approves the release of additional installment of 3% of DNS allowance to central government employees and DNS relief to pensioners from the 1st of January this year. India test fires 2 medium-range surface-to-air missile army weapon system off Odisha coast. And in IPL, Kolkata Knight Riders were 102 for 9 in 15.1 overs against Royal Challengers Bangalore at the D.Y. Patil Stadium in Mumbai when reports last came in. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.